Vinyl, the channel that shows everything that is rock and roll from galaxy to galaxy. You get it all here. This friggin' rocks. This is some great garage rock right here, the Beguiled. But we're not going to talk about that this video. We'll save that for another like Far Out Finds video. So, hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Cosmic Vinyl. I'm Cosmic Brian. I appreciate you stopping by. Everybody, hey man, if you like what you see here, if you're new to this, to all this, and you dig what you see, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Comment, because I live for the comment section, because that's like my favorite part of the whole post video process. So anyway, without wasting too much time, I got a little something we like to call the big chug here in the cosmic realm. I hoist one up and you hoist it up with me. You take a big drink, call it a big chug. So hey, if you got a cold one or a hot one or whatever you got, put your little mitts around it and put that to your lips and take a big chug, because here we go.
Oh, yes, my good friend, of course.
Ooh, I took an extra big chug there because what I got here is going to be a pretty awesome video. So this is an addition of what I like to call shout outs and show and tell. I kind of love that phrase, show and tell. It's like when you were in grade school, when you were a kid, you'd bring something that you really like a toy or something cool that, you know, something that belonged to you and you're proud of. You show it to your classmates. I was always like such a dork. I'd be like, yeah, hey, this is my pet rock. Yeah, it's really cool to hang out with it. No, I'm just kidding. I usually forgot to bring something, so I'd just be sitting there like a dope. No wonder I got bullied. I was probably some sort of dork. But anyway, let's jump right into the shout-outs, because I'm going to do 3 shout-outs. And these are 3 guys that I would love to sit down and just have beers with and hang out with, because these guys are fantastic and they have fantastic channels and great record collections. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now this first fella in this first channel, this guy's kind of an outdoorsy, rugged outdoorsy type guy. In fact, the last couple videos that he's shown, he's been outside, and it's just the beautiful backdrop of the state of Ohio in the background. It makes for a really cool video. And this guy's channel is called Physical Format Rock and Roll, and his name is Gary. Gary! Time for chow! Don't ask. I have no idea where that came from. But anyway, Gary is like into the classic rock, hard rock, metal. But, you know, he'll surprise you and bust something out like some 70s or 80s pop. I seen him recently bust out Olivia Newton-John and Sheena Easton. But that's awesome, because that's rock and roll, man. If a guy is passionate about the stuff that he listens to, then I'm all about that. You know, if somebody has a connection to the music and that's what they show, then I'm behind that all the way. But yeah, Gary's a great guy. Like I said, I'd love to sit down and have a beer with Gary. Just so laid back. And it's just a really fun channel too. So go check out Physical Format Rock and Roll with Gary. You'll love it. Stop in and pay Gary a visit. He'll invite you in and have a beer. Anyway, he's also into comics, so that, in my book, that gets you in. Alright, so the next channel is a guy that I cannot believe that I haven't shouted out yet. I was introduced to this guy by watching Low Noise Jason Skills' channel. Another great channel, by the way. but watching his live stream, this guy is a regular attendee of that live stream, and that's Stevie's Vinyl. Stevie at Stevie's Vinyl, man, he is high energy. He likes the aggressive kind of rock and roll, like metal, punk, great stuff. And he also likes to have a cold one. I see him drinking beers on his video, and I just want to reach through and say, hey mate, let's cheers to you. So here's to you, Stevie. But yeah, Stevie, like I said, Stevie likes the hard rock, the metal, but you know what? He too has a vast palette of musical taste, and he too will show like some psychedelic stuff, some blues. He'll mix it up as well. And one thing about Stevie is, I just think that he's very genuine, man. I mean, the guy really digs the music that he's shown. And like I said, that connection, man, that's the thing. If you're connected to the music and you're talking about it, you can tell when somebody digs what they're showing. And Stevie said something that was kind of profound in one of his recent videos. He was showing an album that he had seen a couple other people, including myself, show, and he said, and he made it a point to tell us that he didn't buy the record just so he could, because everybody else had bought it. He bought it because he really dug the tunes, and that kind of set me back for a minute, because I've been guilty of doing that. I'll see somebody show something and I'm like, oh my God, I have to have that. Now I can show it, and I'm part of the thing, and I think I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's done that. But that stuck with me, so I kind of had to rethink my my purchases as far as vinyl goes. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff I haven't even shown because I just figure maybe you guys won't like it. But you know what? That's not what this is about. So anyway, before I go on some weird tangent thing, I'm gonna get to the third guy here. Now this guy, you might have a better record collection than him. You may have a better channel than him. But you know what? This guy will kick your ass and make you say that his channel is better than yours. Because he's burly and I wouldn't fight this guy. I would not want to fight this guy at all. He's a burly man. And he's from the Chicago, Illinois area. His channel used to be called Irving Park. I think it was Irving Park, like Vinyl Review or Record Review or something like that. But now he goes by the name Burnout Shelter, and I'm talking about Jeff. Jeff is a freaking cool dude, man. Another guy who I would love to have a beer with and then maybe go out and do some crate digging for some great tunes. I love his style, short and to the point, shows a lot of psych records. Lots of 60s and 70s hard and heavy, and he'll interweave some blues rock, boogie rock. He likes a little punk and stuff too. So as you can tell, I'm kind of drawn to these channels that show a little bit of everything and have a vast variety of taste music-wise. Cause I mean that's how I am. I mean, I love a lot of different music. So I suppose you'll be drawn to the thing that you dig too. So, but yeah, those are my 3 shout outs. Physical Format Rock and Roll, Gary, Stevie's Vinyl, Stevie, and Burnout Shelter, Jeff. I love Burnout Shelter. Hey, I'll tell my wife, yeah man, I'm going down to the Burnout Shelter. See you later. I'm kidding, man, kidding. So anyway, now I'm going to get to the show and tell portion here, because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me blabber on more and more, and you guys want to see the vinyl, right? I mean, that's what this is about. We're a vinyl community, so let's get to it. So I was in the mood for some new wave music, but I wanted something different. I didn't want the same old thing, so I took a blind, this is a total blind buy, so I took a gamble on this record, and it's called The Mission, Last Resort. Now, this was released in, I believe, 1980, and it's a private press. It's self-produced, and here's the record here, and there's the label. It just says on Frantic Records, but this might be like a new wave. It's got like, it's dark content but not gothic, and there's no synthesizers on this at all. This is all guitar, and the guitar player just rips. His riffs are just otherworldly, just really great guitar playing. And here's a picture of the band on the back here. But yeah, this was a gamble, but the mission accomplished. And it's like 2/3 punk, or no, 2/3 new wave style, and then the third of it is just punk. And I'll tell you what, the closing track of the album on side 2 is Stepping Stone, and it is one of the coolest renditions of Stepping Stone I've ever heard. So if you see The Mission, you can get it for cheap. Check it out, private press, new wave. And then I ran into this. I've been kind of passing it by. This band has got to be one of the hardest working bands in rock and roll. I think in like 2017 they came out with 20 some albums. I mean, it might not be an accurate figure, but it's pretty darn close. And that's this band, I believe from Australia, King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. This is Teenage Gizzard. This was released at the end of 2020. And I mean, look at that album cover. Isn't that great, that cover art? It's just so cool. And check out the vinyl. The vinyl is like this lemony yellow with a red cherry center. You gotta lick to get to the red cherry center. And I didn't mean that in a weird way, or did I? But anyway, this Teenage Gizzard is like their very first project. Some of it was recorded in 2010, some of it in 2011. It's not as good as, you know, what was to come with the King Gizzard, but it's an interesting and kind of unique look at the roots of where this neo-psych, garage, just weirdo rock and roll band came from. There's the back cover there, but yeah, this is pretty cool. It's a lot of distorted guitars. It's very lo-fi. The vocals have a lot of echo effects on it. If I have one beef with the tunes on this, is that it gets a little repetitive, sounds a little bit alike. But do not, if you're gonna jump in on King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard, that's probably not the place to start. But if you like that band and you want to get everything that they have, that's a pretty cool place to, or a pretty cool one to get. And another interesting fact is that it was a free press record, open source. So any label that wanted to release it and, you know, back the money and release it could. There was this cover, and then there was another cover that was like really metallic and stuff. I think some of the money goes to some kind of charity too. So anyway, King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. And then I picked up, I never ever see this band down here at all. I've never seen their records, but finally I was able to land an album by the Mono Men. Now they're usually really great garage punk, just carrying the torch of great garage rock. And there's the trio on the back there. This was released in 1997 on Estrus Records. It's got this like label where it looks like like maybe it was in the can, the tape was in the can, they slapped the duct tape on the can and wrote what it was, you know, like still in the studio, pre-production stuff. But now 96 was not a good year for the Mono Men. There was this huge fire, destroyed a lot of their equipment, a lot of their material was lost. And the same year, their guitarist, singer John Mortensen walked away from the band, leaving them to carry on as a three-piece. And this is just, there's no garage rock here. These guys are pissed off. And you can tell by listening to this, lots of piss and vinegar in the lyrics. And crunchy. This is not garage rock. This is pissed off, raucous, old school pummeling punk rock is what this is. I mean, look at those guys. Do they look happy? There's no happy ending here. These guys are friggin' mad as hell, and they're not gonna take it. But there's some great covers of Radio Birdmen's Murder City Nights, and also the Zeros song Wimp is on this. Great record. It's called Have a Nice Day, Motherfuckers. Can you just sense the sarcasm and the meanness to it? You get it? Yeah. And then this is one that I used recently for an intro to a video. And as promised, I told you that I'd show it on a Vinyl Finds video. And this is the Fuzz Tones in Heat. Look at that great album cover right there. I just love it. It's such a, like a very cryptic and just old school, like garage type. And for good reason, because these guys are an American garage rock revival band. This was released in 1989 on Beggar's Banquet. And it's just beautiful black vinyl, but there's the label if you're interested. Check out this great inner sleeve too. Isn't that cool? I love that like logo. It'd be a cool tattoo. And then you've got these cave dwellers right there on the back. Now, this was their first major label release. So, and they were kind of going for a more commercial sound. So it's not as raw as their first album. It's a little more polished and mainstream kind of garage rock, hard rock, but still, nonetheless, a very great listen. It's delivered with the swagger and like bluesy swagger. There's like songs with really cool like harmonica and stuff, and the lyrics are somewhat humorous, and there's one song that's called Cheyenne Rider that actually features Billy Idol's Harley Davidson revving up. And that song and some of the other songs on here give this album a kind of biker exploitation movie type soundtrack feel to it. But yeah, check this out. It's the Fuzz Tones, great garage rock. And then, now this band is better known for the song Another Girl, Another Planet. And that's the only ones. And I'd never seen this record before, but I was down here in one of the stores known as Vintage Vinyl. They're probably one of the biggest record stores, not the best in my opinion, but one of the biggest record stores down here in St. Louis. And I seen this at under $20. I mean, that's a no-brainer. These guys are like, God, I don't really want, it's kind of poppy punk, power pop. Hold on here. Not really heavy, so I guess light on the power, as if you're gonna call it power pop. But it's called Baby's Got a Gun. And let me pull it out here. It's on the Epic label, and it is a white label promo too, so that's cool. But yeah, this is their third and final studio album. It was produced by Colin Thurston, who had produced David Bowie's Heroes and Iggy Pop's Lust for Life, and did some work with Duran Duran and the Human League. So obviously this has a contemporary feel to it, but it's just really good indie rock, and the singer Peter Parrots, I think is how you pronounce his last name. His lyrics are just so honest and heartfelt and personal. He sings. The lyrics are about like heartbreak, lost love, fear, drug addiction, of which he had some experience with. But it kind of reminds me, and you can crucify me if you will, but he reminds me of like early Pink Floyd Syd Barrett a little bit. A little comparison there. Check out that back cover, it's so cool. But it's quirky melodic vocals. The guitar riffs have the swagger of, say, a New York Dolls, like Johnny Thunders type swagger to it. But yeah, for less than $20, I was more than happy to pick this up. The only ones. Oops, I'm gonna have to make an adjustment here, or else this is gonna come tumbling down. And then the last album, another record that I've never seen anything by this band in the wild. And I found this just absolutely minty copy at this new place that I actually had been there like one time when I came down to St. Louis before I moved here for a record show. And it's this place called Dead Wax. I got a sticker there. But it had a new location. It's a small store, but man, they had some great stuff, including this album, Sham 69, Tell Us the Truth. This is just, look at the shape this is in. It does have a sticker here, and I'm not really sure what's going on. It doesn't look like a price sticker. I'm not sure what the deal is, but this was released in, I believe, 1980. Wait, let me look at this again. I've got it in my notes here. 1978 on Polydor Records. And let me show you the album here. It's got kind of a custom label. I like the color scheme there, Sham 69. But this is just British punk rock, kind of oi, but just straightforward punk rock. This is their debut record, and the first side is all live. The second side is studio stuff. And you can tell the crowd in the live show is just getting just absolutely nuts. And after reading a little bit about Sham 69, I found out that their live shows did have a lot of violence surrounded their live shows, as a multitude of skinheads would show up at these gigs, and there would be like left wing, right wing, and a lot of non-political. And so as you can imagine, there would be some sort of melee at some point during the show. So, but yeah, and I wondered about the band name, Sham 69, and I kind of looked that up as well. And the band had run across this piece of graffiti, right? And what it said was Walton and Hersham 69, which I believe is a reference to British football. Soccer, as we would call it over here, but the graffiti had faded off except for the last part of Hersham, and it just said Sham 69, and they thought it would be a cool name for a band, and I agree. That's just, Sham 69 is just a killer band name. But yeah, this stuff is aggressive, snotty. These are proud punkers. Makes you want to pogo and thrash about. But great record, Sham 69. Tell us the fucking truth. I'm telling you the truth right now. That's the last album. And stay tuned to Cosmic Vinyl though, because I've got some great videos and some great content coming. We're gonna have part 2 of the Cosmic Process featuring the fish man known as Perch. If you haven't watched part 1, go back and check it out. I've also got a Devo artist feature coming up. Also, got some psychedelics. I got a whole crate full of stuff I haven't shown yet, so I got to get caught up on that. So keep coming back, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, ding ding, so you get all the notifications. Man, I want people to see my videos. I'm not gonna lie and say I do this just for self-indulgence. I want people to see the videos. I want to share the music. I want to spread the gospel of rock and roll. So that's what our mission is here at Cosmic Vinyl. So you guys stay safe, because it's a wild ass world out there, and you can still get COVID. I'm telling you, I test people for COVID all day. So stay safe, stay cosmic, and I'll catch you guys next time. Love y'all.